Hi everybody, it's Cindy the Scrapologist, and I'm here to do another Use Your Scraps video. I haven't been feeling well the past few days and I don't have a lot of energy, so I thought I would just mess around with this technique that I've been thinking about trying and do a video and craft with you all because I've been in bed for 3 days and I can't take being in bed long for very long. So I'm back in my craft room and don't tell my husband. So it's much more fun to be with you all crafting. So what I'm going to try is something called the Bargello technique, and it's a type of needlepoint embroidery that creates a mathematical kind of pattern, and you can create different motifs with striped paper. So we're going to want striped scraps. And I looked it up and it's kind of fun. The name Bargello, a lot of people are calling it Bargello on YouTube, but it's Bargello. It originates from a series of chairs found in the Bargello Paris in Florence, which had a flame stitch pattern. So it was kind of fun learning the origin of the name and how to pronounce it and all of that stuff. Before I did a video, I wanted to I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to sound silly. So anyway, I like to look at crossing over between sewing and paper crafting, and so I've been looking, while I've been sick, I've been in bed looking at quilting patterns and embroidery patterns, and I came across this. So hello for everybody who just joined us. I'm trying a Bargello technique with striped papers today, another Use Your Scraps video. And I haven't done this before. I'm going to be experimenting with you all. So we'll all learn together from my mistakes. I'm sure there will be some made. So I do have lots of scraps of cardstock that are already cut down to size for greeting cards. So I thought I would try this first on a greeting card and see what I can come up with. So basically what you do is, if you have any striped scrap, you cut it into strips. So I cut a few here and I was just sort of messing with it. It doesn't matter what width they are. They can be, these are little 1/4-inch strips. This one is more of a 1/2-inch strip, so that you can cut them however you want, but you want to cut them perpendicular to the stripe. So if your stripe is this way, you want to cut your paper this way. If you do it this way, you're not going to get your pattern. So you want to cut your strips like this. So tell me who's watching. Hi guys. I always say I wish YouTube would tell me when I do Facebook Live. I know who's on, but on YouTube it doesn't tell me. So, or you can remain mysterious in the background, whatever you'd like. So anyway, what you can do is you just start laying it down, and you can do different patterns. You want the paper to all go in the same direction. So see how at the top I have this larger brownish purplish square with a stripe. So I'm going to put those all in the same direction, because if you mix them up, you're not going to get a pattern. So I just cut some strips and laid them out with all of the right images at the top. So then you just lay it out in whatever pattern you want. The first pattern I was experimenting with, obviously you would tape or glue these down, but for demonstration purposes I'm not going to tape them down until I experiment a little more and decide exactly what I'm going to do. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay. All right. So for this pattern, I thought I would do kind of a zigzaggy pattern. And so I'm just going up and lining up these squares here. Maybe I need to zoom in one more, huh? What do you think? There we go. Hopefully that's better. Boy, I don't know if it's my camera or my pad that's really wonky. I think I might have bumped my camera earlier. Okay, then you can continue to go up, and it's okay if you go off. You can just cut that off later. And then I have this half-inch piece. You don't have to completely always do 1/4-inch pieces. So maybe I'll start going back down again. So, oops, stay there. Stay there. So that's what you kind of end up with. So I like this. I'm going to go ahead and cut some more of these and go ahead and lay these down on this card. And then I have this piece of Graphic 45. It was from the Renaissance Fair collection. It's the only piece left from that collection. So, and then I have this one. I didn't have a lot of scraps and stripes in my stash. I guess I'm not a stripe girl. I like polka dots. So all right, I think I'm going to mix up the 1/4-inch and 1/2-inch. So you guys are just going to watch quietly and secretly. You're going to be stealth. You're not going to tell me who you are, huh? Going to be all stealth. Yes, I do not make a good sick person. So I'm supposed to be in bed and on a liquid diet, and I'm not good with either of those things. Having stomach problems. So I laid in bed. Oops, my blade came off. I laid in bed and updated my shop a little bit and did a lot of Pinterest pins and just got my creative juices flowing while I was laying there in extreme boredom. People are always telling me to slow down, but I can't. I love my life and I love living and being alive, and there's just too many things to do. It's all fun stuff when you make a living doing what you love. This trimmer annoys the heck out of me, but my rotary trimmer doesn't do little 1/4-inch pieces. I probably should have done this before so I'm not boring you to death while I'm just sitting here. You can watch it later and fast forward. Let me see if I have enough. I can always cut more if I need them. And I wonder, I think maybe I'll just use a glue stick. I didn't really think about what kind of adhesive I wanted. Oops! I'm throwing my glue sticks across the room. You can always tell when I'm either sick or tired because I become extremely klutzy. I start dropping things. When I get that way, my husband says, "You make me so nervous." I'm so nervous when you're around, when you're doing that. You never know what I might do. Okay. Let's do this. I hope this video isn't extremely boring, like watching paint dry while I put all these strips here. It's going to be boring if you guys don't talk to me and tell me who's there. You stealth watchers. I'm glad you're here, though. I was hoping I would find some paper that had something other than stripes, but maybe, um, I mean, something other kind of stripes, vertical patterns, but maybe polka dots going across or something like that, because I thought that would be super fun. Let's try a big one for the top. Let's see. Yeah. It feels so good to be using these scraps. One of the reasons why I started this series was not just was for you guys, of course, but before I got into the strict habit of doing something with my scraps after every project, I used to just throw them into a bin. And so I have a ton of scraps, and I want to get them all organized so I can just shop my craft room when I need something. And now that I'm doing this full time as a business, I've got to be organized in here, and I can't just have things thrown into bins. So this is encouraging me. I appreciate you watching because it's encouraging me to keep going with my scraps, and I hope it encourages you too. I see posted all the time on Facebook, what do I do with my scraps? Or people just kind of aren't motivated really to do anything with their scraps. So I hope that this is motivating you too, because I'm getting a ton of stuff, useful stuff from doing these use your scraps videos. But now I'm pretty regimented. If I do a project, my next project is doing something with the scraps left over from that project, and my craft studio is just getting so organized, and actually it takes me less time to do a project now too, because I don't have to go searching for things, or like I just finished a bird themed junk journal, and I could just easily go through my stash to see what I had that was bird related. I wasn't flipping through big piles of stuff. Let's see, should I start going back up again? Maybe one more down. I'll do a big one. And Lily, the little Maltipoo, is here with me. She has not left my side since I've been ill. It's funny how dogs know. And even if she's just constantly got to be touching me too. She's so cute and loving. I'm so glad we adopted her. I showed her on camera in one video. I'll have to show her again. But there is no way that I am showing my face on camera after I've been sick since Friday. Nope. I did finally shower today. That was a good thing. The nice thing is too, though, while I've been sick, it's been raining out. Because can you think of anything worse than being in bed and you're looking outside and it's a gorgeous summer day? It's a lot easier to tolerate when it's a yucky day out. I would really love it if you guys would show me some pictures of your scrap pile and ask me some advice on what you should do with it. Rather than just working with my scraps, I'd like to see what you have and maybe I could give you some ideas. Hey, this is coming out pretty, huh? I like it. We can call it scrap therapy. I am a therapist, actually. I'm a music therapist. Got my degree and I'm a board certified music therapist, but I haven't been doing any music therapy since I moved back to Maine. There's just been too much going on for me to start a private practice over again. And Melody's here. Hi, Melody. Lily says hi. So now I know somebody who's on. Hey, Melody, you have a free digital kit coupon that I sent you. I did a giveaway the other day, and you bought one of my history kits, and so you get a free one. You get a free one too. So I sent you a coupon code for a free digi kit, and if you can't find it, let me know. I noticed you didn't redeem it. You don't want to pass up on a freebie. Oops, upside down. And I have a little bit left over right there, so I'll probably, whoops, where'd my camera go? Come here, you. Yeah, right there. So I'll probably just cut that off. But look, I'm happy with this. And probably on the inside, I could, look how that ended up being perfect. So I'm just going to glue that in here. Oh, do I want that? Ooh. Yeah, I want that. And then look, I used up a whole scrap. And when I make cards, I probably said this in another video, but when I make cards with my scraps, I don't, oh. Dork. What a dork. Put it on upside down. When I make cards with my scraps, I usually don't decorate the front because what I'll do is I have these in a bin. Let me show you. Ooh. Wow, I have a lot of these. These are all my cards. So I have them in a, I'm zoomed in too close, but I have them in a bin. And so when I need something, I just go through and I put the sentiment on afterwards. Here's one I made, and I should keep this out because I wanted to do a use your scraps video on iris folding. I love that technique. Look how pretty. So I'm going to do a I'll do a use your scraps on this. Put that up here so I remember. But anyway, I put them in a bin and then I decorate them later when I need a card. I just quickly decorate the front to whatever, with whatever sentiment that I need at that time. So I'm not going to do anything more with this other than to trim it, and I'll put it in my little bin that I just showed you. trimmer needs a new blade. Yeah, there's one. What do you think? And once it has something on it, I think it'll look really nice. I'm happy with that. Let's try, and then I have 3 little scraps left over, and actually I'll keep these. And I'll just stick them in here in case I want to, once I get my sentiment in, if I want to do some kind of a border or something like that. And if not, I'll throw them away. I'm not that organized. Then I'm going to keep every little strip like that. Okay, there's one. Let's try another one. This thing's getting sticky. Let's try, I really want to try this Graphic 45 one. It's really pretty, and it's different than the other one. And I've got, oh, that looks perfect. I think I'll stick with green, having a green kind of day. So let's see. I think if I cut this paper in half, I'm going to cut it in half this way. So what have you guys been up to? Any exciting projects that you've been working on? I just finished 3 recipe books. And so I think I'm kind of done with recipe books just for a little while. They were awfully fun to make, but you know, time for me to move on to a different theme. I just had a slew of, I think it was because of Mother's Day. I had a whole bunch of orders for recipe books. I had 2 already in my shop, and then I made 3 more. You know what? I'm going to cut these all at a 1/2 inch. There goes that blade again. So I still haven't convinced my mother to come on camera with me. She says never. She says it's never going to happen. Whoops, I just undercut that one, but that's okay. Oh, no, I didn't. No. And I said, well, because there's a couple things that she does that I would really love for her to teach. And so I'm trying to convince her at least to put her hands on the under the camera. We'll see. We are both very stubborn, so that might not happen. Come on, blade. Okay, that's probably enough for now. I don't want to bore you to death while I cut strips. I'll do just a, well, I'll just finish the sheet. Why not? This half anyway. think I want to try a different pattern this time. I probably should have cut them different sizes, but I don't know. I'm just thinking symmetrically today, I guess. Okay. Sorry, just messing with the computer. I keep losing, it keeps minimizing, so I can't see if I'm still on. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Do I want to just make a piece of paper here? Or do I want to make a card? I think since I'm experimenting today, I'm just going to go across. Let's see what I want to do. And I'll probably base everything off of this blue flower here. What if we did twosies, like 2 and then 2? Let's see if I like that. Oh, the flowers aren't all the same. Oh, that's okay. The stripes, these red stripes are the same, so that'll be fine. 2. Yeah, I'm going to have to do the pattern off of these stripes. I guess, so what I'm learning here is that you have to find similarities in order to get that pattern. I don't like that. I don't think there'll be enough of a pattern that will evolve. Let's try 3s. Let's try doing this in 3s. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I guess it's a little more difficult when you have busy paper. I'm not happy with that either, guys. What else can we do for a pattern? Maybe I'll just go back to the other one that I was just doing. Or I could do up, down, up, down. I guess you can kind of see a pattern evolving in the yellow, but it doesn't do as well, I guess, with real busy papers. What do you guys think? I don't think on these super busy papers it's worth the time to cut these all out. Okay, I'm going to scrap that for now, but I'm going to sit here off camera and figure out a pattern for these. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Let's do this sheet because I do like this sheet too. So now you have to watch me cut again. Cut some more. But this time I am going to do some 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Try to cut these a little faster. This, I can't remember who made this paper, but this is really nice paper. I think I got this in a scrapbook store out in Arizona. And it's so nice and thick. That's why I hung on to it. I really love it. It's hard, it seems hard to find actual good quality scrapbook paper these days. Even Graphic 45, they told me that they have not changed their paper formula, but their stuff feathers now. It never used to when you try to fold it. So it's just, I just don't think it's the same weight of paper that it used to be. Not trying to be negative here. I love Graphic 45. Love their papers. However, I like a good quality paper. Oh, come on, blade. Stay in there. I'm doing mostly 1/2 an inch with a few little 1/4 of an inch sprinkled in. We'll just see how that looks. Oopsie. Okay. Obviously these are longer than the paper, but as I said before, you just trim it off. It's no big deal. And I think I'm going to try my pattern based off of this blue line. It's going to be the easiest thing to follow. Let's see how this is going to work out. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this. Yep, let's do it. Let's commit to it. Oops, where's my little... My glue stick is getting kind of goopy. It's not working as good as it should. So my husband has not discovered that I'm out of bed yet. That's good. Probably right in the middle of the video he'll tell me to go back to bed. We won't tell anybody. Don't tell him. Goopy glue. Ugh. I'm just randomly picking up whatever size happens to be next. Some days my brain needs symmetrical things, and some days I just need to be messy and junky. Do you guys find that with your crafting too? I can't do symmetrical and logical for too long. That's why I like a combination of mini albums and junk journals, because the junk journals I can kind of be a little messy. The mini albums I feel like I have to be very precise in my measurements. Should I start going down now? I think I should. Yeah. So if any of you guys are just joining, this is a technique called Bargello. It's an embroidery technique that we're trying on paper today. I'm sure other people have done this before. It's a first for me. I'd like to see that fire pattern that they're talking about. I'll have to look that up. I told you at the beginning, in case you weren't here at the beginning of the video, how the word Bargello originated. It was from some chairs found in a palace in Florence. And it was a fire pattern on the chairs. So I'd like to see what that is and maybe try to recreate it. That would be fun. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess I'm just making a more subtle pattern this time in terms of going up and down, but I still think that's pretty. It doesn't have to be a big spike. Hey, that almost looks like a heart, doesn't it? Hey, yeah, that's something you could do. You could totally make a heart out of this technique. But I like this. I like the way it's just subtly creating its own little pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to start going up again. So I'm going 4 4 up and then 4 down. Where are we? 1, 2, 3. So I'm hoping to start the class for the kit, the junk journal kit, next week. And I've decided that for part of that, we're going to learn a new stitching technique for sewing your signatures in. It seems like everybody does and does tutorials on the figure 8 stitch. And so I want to do a more traditional stitch. Traditional meaning maybe Japanese, or there's a Brazilian stitch. I don't know yet, but there's going to be lots of different mixed media techniques in this class, and sewing, and a little bit of everything. I'm really looking forward to it. 2, 3. And I think that the kit turned out beautifully. Melody, your kit's a little late getting out because I was sick, hon. I'm sorry. But you'll get it. You'll get it this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm normally very punctual with getting my packages out, but being in the ER all day Saturday, and I was sick before that and didn't know why, so it just threw me off. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'll be back on track soon. Don't you hate when people get on videos and just talk about their illnesses? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going down now. I kind of lost track. This glue stick is getting goopier and goopier. Ugh. I'm going to have to buy some new ones. I think these glue sticks are probably like 10 years old. Oh no, 2015. They're 3 years old. That's probably why they're gloopy. I haven't really used glue sticks until recently when I started junk journaling and doing these little scrap things. So yeah, I guess they're kind of old and I should get some new ones. One, two, 2. Talking to myself. I keep losing track of whether I'm going up or down. I'm liking that. I especially like this red and white stripe. One more down, then we'll start going up again. I need to speed up a little bit here. Let me do this. Let me speed up. Let me quit talking and speed up. Get this puppy done. Does anybody know how to clean these mats? This needs a good cleaning. Okay, I only have a couple more of these left. See, I keep picking up stuff. Maybe that's how you do it. You put glue down and the glue picks it up. One more up. Okay, I only have 2 more, so yeah, I'll put them on. Why not? I'm down. And the last one. There goes the glue stick again. All right, let me get all this excess glue off. There. I like it. Let me just trim the excess off. Oh, look, I found one more. That's going in the trash. And I could keep these and make another one, but I probably won't. Those are going in the trash. Oh, look. Boy, my mat is dirty. I'm going to have to... I need to clean that mat. And cut this last part off. There. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm very happy with it. Once it dries, I could fold it and it would make a nice card. Or it could be a photo mat. Or I could use it to decorate a page in a junk journal or a mini album. But I'm happy with it. So these are the 2 we did today. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I cut little strips of paper. It wasn't an exciting video, but I think it's time for me to go back to bed. It was nice to be out in my craft room with you all just for a little while. I appreciate all the support and you watching. Make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss any of these Use Your Scraps videos. And see you later, Melody, if you're still there. And have a great week, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.